What's good, beautiful people on YouTube? We have had our very own Challenger Cup that we hosted for this one, and that was 128 players. And I can tell you, as I've already casted the entire thing and watched Top Cut myself by casting and broadcasting it on my Twitch channel, we had some amazing matches, but I'm going to break them down again here for you on YouTube with the quickness, going over the replays from top 8, top 4, and the finals. So if you're into competitive Master Duel content, please make sure to subscribe to this channel, leave a like to this video, and let me know in the comments what your favorite deck is at the moment in the game of Master Duel. Top 8 starting now. Starting off right away with someone quite familiar if you have followed those videos so far. The one that won the first Challenger Cup of this winter season, and that is of course Ares Uroda, and he's up against Kindiaka here, also a regular on the Challenger Cup circle, and Kindiaka has to normal summon Max C to have something to be sent for the original Sinful Sports. That's not a great start. It's even worse when Fuvalos gets chained to the original then too, so they draw another card. Veiler for the Snake Eye Ash. We can cult by it, but they have the impermanence to prevent that too. Now, Ares Aurora does not have any engine yet. I'm assuming this is Tenpai, but there's no Tenpai cards until this very moment. But that could change, of course. No Tenpai cards still. Raigeki on the Snake Eye Ash, and we're passing it right back over to Kindiaka, who top decks Skyburn. We can go original in the graveyard, which is guaranteed follow-up, searching us for Ponix. Ponix, normal summon, Imperm, and what a move to go for the Ponix. We could have also gone for Poplar. No, wait, Poplar would have not done it. Like, this was the only real option. We could only go Ponix, but it works really well together with the Skyburn we have here, because Skyburn now makes us dodge the Imperm, so we can search Fire King Sanctuary. There it is, activate Island. Island destroys the Garunix from the hand. Garunix comes onto the field, we destroy it, Avatar, we bring back. There comes Fuvalos, because we don't want them to go into their extra deck. Kindiaka says, sure, fair enough, I will just attack with these two, leave our Aurora on 1700 attack points, or life points rather, and we pass over. Ooh, they top deck Genroku. Genroku could be interesting here. Is that the card that they needed? Garunix comes back, they protect. Genroku might be very interesting. And it's very interesting as well. They protected their Sacred Fire King Garunix here by using Fire King Skyburn's protection effect in the graveyard. Now Lightning Storm on the back row. They do protect the island by destroying Ponix. And now only the Genroku. Can Genroku alone do this is the question. Genroku effect brings out Chandra. Chandra for Pydra. Sangan Kaiman. Tech goes through, we synchro into Biden. Alright, Biden brings back Pydra. Pydra synchros right away into Transcendent. Okay, so we go Transcendent, put these guys into attack position, bring back Biden, destroy the island. Now the important part, but that you cannot miss and shall not miss though. Now the island also doesn't activate to destroy their field, because Transcendent is on the field. Now we go Kaiman though. Kaiman Fadra. Fadra brings back Chandra. That could still be enough for game, though. That is, yeah, Trident's just game. Yeah, let's face it. Trident destroys with Transcendent. We bring it back right away. Boom, boom. Trident can attack multiple times. Transcendent for game. That looked impossible to do. They passed doing nothing on the first turn. And still in the end, that one Genroku they drew off the top was enough to seal that game number 1 there. So Ares Uroda just got his head out of this game there by top decking Genroku. And in game number 2 now, ooh, Kindiaka deciding to go second with a Breaker Tenpai list. I like this. Slayer, Thrust, very popular in TCG, not so popular in Master Duel necessarily. And Ares Uroda, though, read him like a book. He just went with his crazy going first deck, which is Jubel, therefore expecting kind of that Kindiaka would possibly pick second. So, Gruesome Grave Squirmer, normal summon. The hand is not that great, to be fair. Squirmer effect brings Spirit of Jubel to the field. Nightmare Pain gets set. Nightmare Pain effect destroys the Jubel from hand. Searches Squirmer, which has not activated its effect yet on the hand. Cross Sheep. Squirmer comes out, destroys Spirit. Spirit brings back Jubel. We make Unchained Soul of Yama. Shavara is added to the hand. Here comes the Phantom, so we can bring back the Squirmer as well. Apollousa. Shavara, you don't see that very often. Shavara destroying Gruesome Grave Scrimmer, but here we do it. We have to do it. Make another Phantom so we can go into Rage And that is it with the escape and the call by the grave. Can they get through this? It's possible. Slayer is a good start. Slayer on the Unchained Soul of Rage. They chain escape though. Wait, is there a Yama in the graveyard though? There is a Yama in the graveyard, so they will get it back here. Paragid activating, Yama activating, Rage activating to recycle the Phantom. And Rage is back to a field. Oh, and they drew into Called By. They drew into Called By, which is the perfect answer to the Phantom of Yubel. First off though, Talons. Talons taking the Appaloosa over. Hydra effect. Hydra. We have the Called By for the Phantom of Yubel. This is so massive. Setting the Sengen Summoning. What's the last set card? The last set card is Called by the Grave for our Zeroda as well. Okay, we discard the Thrust because we say we don't need the Thrust anymore. That's crazy. They don't need to Thrust. But I mean, they have other cards to work with here. We go Biden. Biden shall bring back the Genroku. Genroku gets Called by it. But yeah, that last card in hand, guess what? It is going to be activated in just a second. Sangen Kaiman. Immediately making our Zeroda concede and equaling the score here to go into a third game 1-1 now. Leading us into this third game where we are going to decide who makes it into top 4. Is our Zeroda just going to win another Challenger Cup today, or will it be Kindyaka instead? Maxi in a draw phase, but guess what? When there is a Pot of Duality in the hand of our Zeroda, that card cannot be particularly good. Our Zeroda just decided to bring Labyrinth now for game 3 here, which seems like a pretty good call now. Pot of Duality, we ash it right away. That means set 4 and pass it over to Kindyaka. Generally speaking, usually you know, and that people are saying that too, that Fire King Snake Eye has a good matchup into back row. In this situation though, I'm not sure whether it really does, to be honest. Judgment on the normal summon of Ulcanix, holy. Ulcanix activates there in the graveyard, brings out the Garunix, big welcome, lady. Fire King Island activating. Ooh, we can go. Okay, we can go for Ice Dragon's Prison, trying to get rid of the Ulcanix and the Garunix at the same time. They chain Crossout Designator to make sure that Lady Labyrinth cannot be chained to the trap card there. And they still have a fire monster in hand with Oak that they can destroy for the island here. Such as Pawnyx. Pawnyx triggers, summons out. Pawnyx searches Skyburn. Skyburn to go after the set card, and they do have the Daruma, which they can still chain, making also them able to chain the lady to set big welcome Labyrinth, and now our Zeroda has all the engine in the world. Okay, sure, Pawnyx comes back, but they have big welcome Labyrinth, they still have the Lady Labyrinth on the field. I don't see any way how they could be stopped here. Setting punishment here, bring out Lovely, Lady back to the hand. Lord can also activate, and that is not even a delay. Game number 3, and therefore the victory overall goes to our Zeroda, who is on his way to win a second Challenger Cup during this season. And you know how I'm usually trying to go over to the other side of the bracket, showcase the other people, but as I saw this tournament in person, as I was casting the rounds, I know how intense this top 4 encounter between our Zeroda and Matrix is, and therefore that is what we're going to look at. First of all, who won the coin toss here? Matrix won the coin toss and decides to go second in an all Tenpai encounter. So we go set Kaiman, pass for our Zeroda. That's not a great start. But yeah, you see it. Matrix also being on the Sky Striker Breaker version of Tenpai. It's getting more and more popular in Master Duel, especially in Challenger Cups. I'm seeing it a little more. I mean, it's successful in TCG, so why should it not be good in Master Duel as well? I definitely like how the deck plays. We go Fadra, we go Chandra, and we go Chandra on our side of the field through the Kaiman. Ash for that. Called by the Grave, though, on the Ash Blossom, so we do get to resolve our Kaiman as well here. There is Pydra. Pydra gives us a set field spell. Pydra synchro summons up into Sangenpai Biden Dragon. Biden shall bring back the Pydra. Does not work because of the DD Crow from our Zeroda though. Now we synchro up into Transcendent. Biden comes back. We do not keep on attacking. Ooh, we do not keep on attacking because we have Thrust. And with the Thrust, we want our opponent to have a monster on the field so we can search a card. Searching Triple Tactic Talents here. Seals. Activates Transcendent. Transcendent now just can destroy the Chandra anyways. And I like this. It's not the regular Tenpai game that you would expect, but it's more of a longer, grindier game. Of course, it's still only turn 2, but it's not over in turn 2 at least. Now Nibiru on the Tenpai deck. You rarely really see that. And that's going to activate the seals in the graveyard now. That's crazy. They did that on the activation of Sengen Summoning there. And that's the end phase. With again Roku, they hope they don't top deck after putting back the last card they had. Typhon effect. Bounces itself back into the extra deck. What? What? Okay. That is game number 1 to Matrix with his Striker Tenpai deck. But that was not the exciting game I was talking about just yet. Game number 2 coming away now. And this game really left me and my chat while we were live on Twitch going over this tournament speechless. Our Zoroda gets sent first in the second game. Was probably anticipating this because he is on his going first deck on Jubel here. And Matrix just went with... Oh wait, no, never mind. Forget about that, screw that. Our Zoroda, of course, could decide that he wants to go first here with his Jubel deck as he lost game number 1. And therefore he wants to play Jubel. Matrix just sticks to what won in game number 1. Good old Striker Tenpai. And what a hand that is, holy. But let's see. Let's see here. Our Zoroda goes for the Nightmare Throne, Samsara Lotus, Lotus Effect, brings out Spirit of Jubel. Usual stuff with the Jubel deck here. Grab the Squirmer. Spirit brings out Jubel. Squirmer destroys the... Oh, we do not even destroy the Jubel, okay. Cross Sheep. Oh yeah, because we have the... Because we had the Terra Incarnate in hand, I guess. Make Yama here. Yama grabs the Shavara. Gruesome Grave Screamer brings back the Spirit of Jubel. And there comes the Appaloosa. Shavara will destroy the Spirit of Jubel, making sure that there is going to be a Jubel coming to the field. Oh, we got Chainlink to Yama as well to bring back another monster. And then also Nightmare Throne to bring out a third monster, being the Terra Incarnate. So Terra Incarnate, Spirit of Jubel, and regular Jubel. Here comes Unchained Soul of Rage. So this is as good as it gets because... There is, yeah, I was about to say, there's also Phantom of Jubel, of course. So, Phantom of Jubel, Appaloosa, Unchained Soul of Rage, plus the Trap Card Escape of the Unchained, and then also Impermanence, Called By, and the Varudas. Oh, this is good. This is very good. Very well executed by Aris Zoroda, as you would expect it. But now, Slayer on the Varudas. Most important piece of the end field, pretty much gone right away. Aggregator trades with the Called by the Grave there right away. Holy! I mean, can you believe it? That one Slayer took out the Varudas and the Called by. That's massive. A next Slayer coming right after. Not once per turn. Going after the Rage. Very important part here. They do get to chain the Trap card. Which usually would mean, hey, they just get the Rage back. But in the combo that they played, Yama is banished. And there is not another one in the graveyard. So we do actually get rid of the Rage here. It is gone. We can add back Spirit of Jubel, which is nice. But that is gone. Okay. We negate the graveyard effect of Garura to draw a card. Talents now, drawing 2 more cards. And they drew into Engage. They drew into Engage with 3 spells in the graveyard. Oh my god. Drawing Kaiman there as well. This is massive. Droplet. Droplet negates via Palooza. We bring out the token. Kagari. Kagari add back Engage. They negate the Phantom, but there is the Call by the Grave for that as well. Imprum now, negating Kagari though. Look at their hands. Sengen Summoning and Kaiman still. This must be good enough, right? Sengen Summoning activates. They chain the Kaiman. Kaiman grabs Chandra. And they search for Fadra. Wait, they discard the Chandra there, interestingly enough. Okay, let's make Bident. Bident effect brings back the Fadra. Huh? That's what was so confusing. Chat in us, I mean, let us know in the comments right now. Let me know in the comments whether you think there was a way to go for gaming, because I think surely with Sengen Summoning and Kaiman, there must be a way to figure this out against basically an empty field and just the Spirit of Jubel to consider in the hand. But Matrix didn't find it. He just passed on this one after realizing he just does not want to attack into the Spirit of Jubel with not ending the game. Yeah, over to our Zoroda, who goes top deck, opening of the Spirit Gates. Dark Beckoning Beast. Bring back Jubel. Grab Squirmer. Jubel activating. Field Spell activating. So that's recycling the Phantom. Going into Yama now. Yama adds back the Shavara from the graveyard. Squirmer. Okay, we go for Anguish. So here, I was thinking, surely we just go for Access Code Talker plus a Chaos Angel, because we have Phantom set up in the graveyard already. We can easily bring back another level 1, so that should be what we try to go for here, because that is 2 attacks only, playing around the Bite and Dragon and going for game with that. Let me see their extra deck. There is Chaos Angel in there, because that is not what they're going to do. Watch what they're doing. They go for Access Code Talker. Access Code, 5300. There's the Phantom. Access Code Talker destroys the Bident. Access Code Talker destroys the Kagari. As easy as that. Now Squirmer. Look, Squirmer would have been able. Is there a level 1? Wait, there is no level 1 anymore in the graveyard. Where did all the level 1s go? No, they should have just not shuffled back the level 1s. You know, they should have just shuffled back the Jubel instead for the Phantom of Jubel. And then they could have just brought back a level 1 here, go into Chaos Angel, and it would have been game. But instead, we just go for Shavara here. Jubel activates, Yama activates. You may be thinking, why does it even matter? This is still clearly over 8,000 points of damage, 9,700 to be concrete. But now, on the second attack of Shavara, or on the third attack of Shavara, they can activate the Bident. They use Phantom there, even though it's called by. That's rough. Yeah, how do we out the Bident? And we do even destroy the Nightmare Pain now. That is a very, very weird situation. Both players now kind of back and forth, throwing the game into the court of the other again. SP Little Knight banishing the Sanguine Summoning. Still, of course, it's tough to come back for Matrix from this situation. But looking at it, it looks tough. But if we're being realistic, this is basically just SP Little Knight. It's basically just SP Little Knight as a real interruption. And they draw Afterburner. Afterburner on the Little Knight. Yeah, they wanted to bait out the Little Knight effect, but they just go Muckracker to protect. And that's good. And that is the pass over. So Aris Aurora wins game number 2 in a really, really weird one, where it really felt like Matrix just plays through that field with ease, having then Sanguine Summoning and Sanguine Kaiman, but he was not able to win in the end. And now for the third game, pressure was high. I think they had roughly 6 minutes remaining on the clock until timeout was announced. And Ars Aroda made a really smart call by anticipating that Matrix would just go second again and therefore bring his best going first deck in the room. Bring Labyrinth. Solemn Judgment with only 6 minutes remaining on the clock. I don't know whether that's too smart, but the rest, the decision overall to play Labyrinth, I do approve. Alright, set 4 cards and pass with a Runic Destruction in there. Let's go. He draws Chandra for turn. Sanguine Kaiman. Whenever they start Sanguine Kaiman's first action, it seems a bit weird and it indicates that their hand is not that great. Search Sanguine Summoning with the Pydra. Sanguine Summon activated. Runic Destruction destroying it though. Chandra is already in the hand though. Battle phase. Welcome Labyrinth. Here comes Ariana grabbing Big Welcome. Lady also in there. We go Chandra. Chandra brings out Fadra. We go Synchro Summon. Biden Dragon comes out. Biden Dragon targeting the Pydra, but there is V in the Ice Dragon's prison. That's crazy. Also, very, very smart by Matrix. I think he got a toggle notice on Arzurura probably having Solemn Judgment because they had on a summon window something that he could activate, which is usually Judgment or Warning or Strike. And therefore they played around it by going Chainlink 1 Pydra, Chaining 2 Chandra to Synchro Summon. Therefore, they would dodge for Solemn Judgment. And they couldn't Judgment the Synchro Summon of Biden Dragon there. Okay, goodbye to these two. Now, they could technically continue to play it, but they would take battle damage as there is no Pydra around anymore, and therefore they decided not to do that and just go into the main phase 2. Also, of course, Arzura does not have a battle phase due to them activating the Runic Destruction. We set Dogmatica Punishment here, bring out a lovely, lovely effect. Ariana effect. Imperm on the lovely, at least no card being destroyed. Welcome Labyrinth sets back. We summon out the lady, skipping the battle phase, and now it's back over to Matrix. Anti-spell fragrance is tough though with all of those spell cards around. And also I overall really like the call from Arzurura to go with Labyrinth for this game 3 because we see Ultimate Slayer, a card that literally does nothing against Labyrinth. Okay. Kaiman is added. Punishment destroys with Fadra. Lovely, Antis. We just take apart the field here completely. Set free, pass it over, end phase, welcome Labyrinth. This looks very strong. Big Welcome can even bounce one of those cards, but they cannot activate anyways. Draws another Judgment for turn. Big welcome, chaining the lady. Sets another punishment just in case. There is Chandelier. Lovely activating. Ariana activating. It is so over. Going into the battle phase. And that's the game. Aris Uroda turning one around that felt impossible to turn around and is now into another final. Already won the first Challenger Cup of the season. Maybe doing it again now? The storyline for this final is pretty crazy though, as we do have two Challenger Cup winners for this season facing off against each other. And when we're looking at the standings for the overall leaderboard of the season, it's actually first place, Nikki Boy, versus second place, Aris Uroda. Absolute champions. Them meeting in the finals is absolutely deserved, and Aris Uroda does pick the Labyrinth deck for Game 3, and Nikki Boy does go first with Voiceless Voice. Okay, interesting. He has been playing this deck quite a bit this tournament, and he does resolve the pre-preparation of Right Sphere. Nadia's Servant, Searches Maximus. We do get another draw off of the Garura. Well, that is looking nice, but it's looking powerful. There's Skull Guardian coming out. Skull Guardian grabs the Odd Eyes Pendulum Graph. Barrier grabs low. This is looking very, very, very good. Blessing activated. We do get to summon out the Odd Eyes Pendulum Graph. Now low comes back. Blessing allows us to also add back the prayers. Sets the Radiance of the Voiceless Voice. What a field to go off against this deck. And they have a lot of very strong going first cards, but they're going second. It is really, really, really lacking. Bluffing them in evenly doesn't work. Not activating Ariana because it would be destroyed and negated by Skull Guardian anyways. And now in the end phase, we can destroy two cards with Radiance. Judgment and Anti-Spell were not the worst ones to lose there. I think that's pretty fine. Okay, draws another low. We do add Saravis. Blessing adds back Radiance. Big welcome. And they do have Gold Spell as well. Yeah, okay. Call it over, call it over. Game number 1 goes to Nikki Boy. He's just unstoppable. That is such a good pick to play this deck against Labyrinth there. Going into the second game, and where do the mind games lead us to now? And we do see... Ooh, maybe Nikki Boy this time was outpicked, because Nikki Boy picked a classic go first deck with his Rescue Ace deck, 45 cards. But Aris Uroda wants to go first himself, playing the Jubel deck again. We go for the field spell, we go for Dark Beckoning Beast, and this is looking like it may as well be full combo with the Samsara Lotus now also. We have the 2-card combo, the best possible opener this Jubel deck could ever have. And Aris Uroda has shown us that he is very well at executing those Jubel combos, so I'm expecting the best field possible. This time maybe even with Yama in the graveyard, because I don't think we need to use the graveyard effect in our combo on our own turn this time around. There's Yama, speaking of it. Link it off for Appaloosa. We do use the Gruesome Grave Screamer in the graveyard. Already having Apo and the Phantom, but I think we also get for... Yeah, we definitely get it all here. We definitely get it all, and we do not have to activate our talents even. What a god hand that was. That was a really good hand for Aris Uroda there in the finals. Discards the talents because we are not going to use it anymore, that's pretty sure. The Rudras is there. And yep, as I was saying, the god field, everything that he needs, and this time even a Yama in the graveyard. Can Nikki Boy break this? I think he will have a hard time with only Engine, as we can see. And he draws Extinguish Return, which is not the card you want to see there. Bonfire grabs Poplar. Poplar, negated by Appaloosa. You don't want that little thing to come on the field. It comes still, and it does get negated. So we tried very hard just to keep them off of original Sinful Sports. But now there's Witch, which is still just going to get that original Sinful Sports to the field. Link Karibo. Poplar activating. Oh, they go Escape here. Escape destroys the Linkuribo and the Unchained Soul of Rage. We bring it back this time because we have Yama around. Immediately on the summon going for Aspi Little Knight, and Aspi Little Knight now also makes sure that original is gone. Preventer. Phantom says no. And no more gameplay, says Nikki, as he scoops it up, and we do have the pleasure to watch a third game between these two absolute machines. So Nikki Boy, very big fan of the Rescue Ace deck, but that did not work out really well for game number 2, so I'm interested to see whether he wants to play it for game 3 now again. No! This deck worked super well game 1, so why not go Voiceless Voice again? Diviner is going to drop that Trias into the graveyard. We can now search for the Skull Guardian with the Saphira. Here comes the Skull Guardian for the graveyard effect as well. Diviner activating, Skull Guardian activating. Okay, Fuvalos. But we do just immediately throw the Called by a Grave on it. Holy, we don't want them to get that one draw. Low. Interestingly enough, we see Tenpai from Arzurota, though. Understandable, I think, for game number 3 here, when we expect Nicky Boy to go first. Dryas comes back. Dryas will be tributed for Oda's Pendulum Graph Dragon through the effect of Blessing. Low comes back. We grab the trap card. Very similar setup to what we had in game number 1. Getting follow-up with Saphira back to her hand too. Trap card set, and that's it. Okay, Hydra for turn. Regeki first. Oda's Pendulum Graph negates. And we summon out Oda's Meteor Burst, which is so good versus Tenpai. Now on Sengen Summoning, we do use V-Radiance. We negate the Hydra. They only have Kaiman left, but there's Ash Blossom and Joy Spring to answer it. And that is the game, the match, the tournament for Nicky Boy. Just winning casually another Challenger Cup. My very own Challenger Cup. Congratulations to them. I hope you guys enjoyed this coverage of the Challenger Cup. Even though I already broadcasted it on Twitch, I still want to keep my promise and bring it to you guys on YouTube as well. Just going over the replays really quick. This is always quick and easy, breaking down the entire tournament in less than half an hour. I really like that. Let me know whether you like that in the comments as well. And make sure to not forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like to this video as well. And also make sure to check out my Twitch channel, which all of those tournaments are happening in real time on. So if you want to follow live, that is your way to go. Big and major shout outs again to Nicky Boy for winning another crazy tournament. He's just unstoppable at the moment. See you for another video very soon here on the channel. Bye bye.